Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna be learning how to create a WordPress website in 3 easy steps. Okay, now the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna be setting up the website, which is our step 1, and we're gonna structure our website, and we're gonna be creating pages and running the basic WordPress settings. Then thirdly, we're gonna be customizing the website, but more on that later. Now when you take a look at our website, first we have this very nice footer that has a mail field right here, some links, and basically on the right you have some social links. I'm going to show you guys how to create that, a very nice contact form on the left and the map, then some nice images right here that I'm going to show how to create, an about us section, then obviously a hero section that's looking nice. Okay, when you take a look, for example, at the theme section, I'm going to show you guys how to, for example, create this fixed background, when text is just scrolling over it. Then I'm going to show you how to create a theme section. I'm going to show you guys how to import these sections right here. For example, if you have bought them from any third-party websites and you guys want to add certain blocks to your web pages, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Then we're going to have our services page, for example, how much you'd be charging for every service that you offer, things like that. Then I'm going to show you guys how to create a testimonial section just like that, about the things maybe that your clients said about your business. Okay, now this is a very basic website, but it's gonna teach you a lot, and after you're done with this tutorial you should be able to at least develop a site for our very small business. Okay, but here's how you're gonna do it. As I said, the first step is setting up the website and getting the domain name, for example www.yourcompany, so that would be your company name, then .com, and I'm going to show you guys how to get that. Then hosting, if you don't know hosting or you're unfamiliar with it, I'm going to show you how to set it up, and it's basically a way of storing your images and your videos and any other files that you're going to include in your website. Okay, now step 2, we shall be structuring the website. We'll be creating the pages. For example, we'll be creating the home, the services, the team, the contact us page, and all that good stuff. Okay, then we'll be installing some basic plugins, and I'll show you guys in a second how useful a plugins is and why we need plugins when you're designing for WordPress. And I'm gonna show you guys how to customize, adding content and changing the colors and fonts and the logos and everything on your website. And after customizing our website, everything should be done. So first things first, let's get a domain name and set up the hosting. Then we begin creating our website pages. Okay, so head over to hostinga.com and hit the login button, and once you're here you can select the Google button to automatically sign you into Hostinga even though you don't have an account. Okay, so I've signed in right here, and once you sign in, it's gonna lead you to this page. And when you're here under hosting, if you click hosting and check out the hosting plans they offer 3 different hosting plans, but I usually like to go with the middle tier, the middle one, which is called premium web hosting. Kind of offers 100 websites, 100 subdomains, and also some other, a whole bunch of other features that I really like. So I'll select that. Then you can select either 48 months, 24, 12, or even 1 month. And for this case, I'll be going for 1 month, since this is just for demo purposes only. Yeah, so I'll select 1 month, and once I'm happy with that, I'll just choose a payment method. And once that's done, you gotta select a payment method that you want to use. I'll be using MasterCard, but you guys can use GPay, PayPal, or any other option that you fine with. So I've filled in my card and I'm gonna hit pay now. Okay, and once I've paid now, all I have to do is to click this setup button, and I start setting up my hosting sort of configuration information. Okay, so hit setup, and it's gonna lead you to this page where you can start setting up your hosting. So click start now. who are creating the website for. You can select I'm creating for myself. Who's creating? I'll be building the website myself. The type of website that you want to build, it's gonna be business. So do you need help? Probably yes, if you're a beginner. Then once you've selected that, it's gonna lead you to this page where you can create your new website, or if you already have a website from another hosting company, you can migrate it over to hosting. So I'm gonna create a new website, and I'm gonna select the WordPress button on the right and click select WordPress. Okay, and right here I'm gonna need to add a password and an email that I'll be using to log into my WordPress website. Okay, so I'm just gonna type it in here. Remember that you have to remember this password that you create, and once you're done, just hit continue. They're gonna ask you to add these plugins to your website, but you may not really need them, so I'll just disable those and hit continue. Yeah, then they'll ask you the look. Basically they're telling you to select a theme, but I'll just select this first one in the corner. And right now they're going to ask you to buy a domain name, or if you have an existing domain. So let's just buy a new one, since you guys may not be having already domains. So I'll just select buy a domain and type in here in the search box the domain name that I would want. So you guys can type in one for your business, and you see the domains that Hostinger has for you. Yeah, so you can hit search once you're done typing the name, and to display a bunch of extensions. So you can see .cloud, .info, .shop. So I'm looking for something really cheap, since this is a demo tutorial. I'm gonna scroll through these. So there's .store, .tech, .site. You can even view more extensions that these guys have. .fun. Yeah, so there are a bunch of extensions that you guys can go through. But for this tutorial, I think I'll buy this second one on the downer list. Yeah, .cloud. Yeah, and I'll purchase it for 1 year. Yeah, which is okay with me, and I'll just complete the payment. Okay, so when I process, and says the payment was successful, so I'm gonna hit next. Yeah, so the other forms here that can basically fill in your personal information. Yeah, and once you're done hosting, I will finish up the setup really quickly, and you just have to click finish setup and you'd be good to go. So once the setup is finished, hosting, I will install the WordPress, and right now you can click on this edit website, and it will lead you straight into your WordPress dashboard, and you start creating your website. Another way to log into WordPress that I have to show you is to add this extension of WP admin at the end of your domain name. Yeah, and it will lead you to this login page where you can type in your email that we just configured in a few minutes ago, then also the password that you set. Yeah, so you can go ahead and type in your email, then add your password, and all you have to do is to click login. Okay, and once you're here, you can decide to save these passwords in Google Chrome, and you can start working on your website. Okay, so once you're here in your dashboard, the first thing I like to do is to come here on the right under screen options and uncheck all these, just so I can have a clean dashboard area. Okay, now let's take a look at the WordPress navigation, like back in this left side panel. So realize that every time you hover on these items, you get something like add new, where you can view all posts and categories. So under media, you can add new or view the images or videos that you've already uploaded. Under pages, you can add new pages and view all pages, you know. So every option here kind of has sub options under them. Yeah, so basically, for example, if you're to go into users, you can see that my username is already created, and it's showing my email that I'm using right now, and I'm an admin. So if you want to add someone, for example, you have a colleague at work, or you're a company but you need someone, for example, if you're a magazine, if you're a blog, but you need someone to actually maybe reply to comments, but you want to create them a user profile. So you can use this add new user button to create those people accounts that they can use to sign into your website. Okay, so there is that, but we won't be creating any accounts today. Okay, and if you go to settings, okay, for example, under general settings, under general settings, you can add a few things. For example, you can change your site title. You can change your tagline. For example, if to change this to maybe scale your business, something like that, that can become my tagline. You can change your administrator email. You can change the people who can register on your website. And one important setting that you may want to look at is the site language. Okay, maybe you're from German and you want to use this site, like the back end of the WordPress in German. There are a bunch of languages here that you can select from, okay, which may work for you or not. Okay, so right now, if you made any changes, all you have to do is to click save. Okay, but some of the major changes that I want to always make is under permalinks. Okay, now permalinks, it's always important for SEO to select this post name as a default permalink structure. Okay, it's always better to do it that way, because I would have demonstrated it right now, but since we don't have any pages or any posts, I can't really explain it. But all it does is to put your blog title, like name, right here. Okay, instead of formatting it like this, formatting it like this, or formatting it like this, where it adds the date and everything. Okay, so you already set it to this. Okay, and let's create some pages. For example, under pages, when you go under pages, then click on add new. Right now, what we want to create is the home, the services, the team, and the contact us page. Okay, now it's very simple to create a page in WordPress, and this is how simple it gets. Okay, all you have to do is to let me go back. Maybe I switched between tabs, so some people might be off. Under pages, for example, let's go back to the dashboard, and I show my favorite way of creating pages. So under pages, all I have to do is to hover on it, then click add new. Okay, and once I click add new, it's going to open up this interface where I can, for example, create the home page. And once I've created the home page, all I have to do is to click publish and publish once again, and it's done. Now to create another page, all I have to do is to click add new page, and the next page you'll be creating is services. Okay, then I'm going to publish that and publish that again. Then the other page that I'm going to create, we have the team, and I'm going to publish that too. Then lastly, let's create the contact us page. Okay, then I'm going to publish that. All right, so now I'm going to go over back to my dashboard, and all I have to do is to click this WordPress icon right here. Okay, so now the page is created. We have the team, services, and everything. And one setting that I would like to create is, for example, if you were to view this home page right here, so this is our home page. So it already has a page header called home, and once you click on the site logo, it takes you to a different page. Okay, now you naming the page home does not necessarily make it a home page. So for you to set that as a home page, you have to go to settings and you have to go to reading. Okay, then under the home page displays, your home page displays right here, come and select static and choose your home page to be maybe services or to be home. Okay, and just click save changes. Okay, whatever your home page you want to be, the first thing that you want your visitors to see is what you select. Okay, so now when you click there, then it's just basically going to take us to the home page. Okay, now that's basically sorted. Another thing that we have to do right now is to install a theme. Now, theme basically gives your website some sort of appearance or functionality, or dictates how a footer is looking. Okay, now let's go to appearance and click themes, and once you're here, we're gonna click you're gonna go to add new. Okay, then you're gonna search for Astra. Okay, and Astra is right here, so I'm gonna click install, and I'm gonna click activate. So once it's activated, you see Astra right here, and once you to refresh this home page, everything is going to look this nice. Okay, so there's been a change, but we're gonna be developing and changing this footer right here, and it's gonna be looking like this. Okay, so everything is gonna change in this tutorial. Okay, so now let's proceed with the tutorial. So now that the theme is installed, let's install some plugins. Now what a plugin does usually is to add some extra functionality to the website. Okay, now for you to install a plugin, all you have to do is to come to plugins and click install new. Okay, now the first plugin we're going to install is called Elementor, and what Elementor does is that it helps you structure up your website. Remember guys that now we are done with setting up the website. The domain and the hosting is ready, the pages have been created, the basic WordPress settings have been done, so now we just need to install the plugins. Okay, and Elementor right here, this is the one that I want to install, so just click install, and once that is done, do not first activate it because you're still installing a couple more. Once you click activate, it's going to redirect you to a different page. Okay, so now once that is installed, what you're going to do is install this one too, Elementor Head and Footer Builder. The reason why I'm installing this is because since we don't have a pro version of Elementor, basically need a third-party plugin that we can install to help us build our head and footer. Otherwise, it's not possible with only the free version of the Elementor page builder. Okay, now once we have that, another plugin we can install is this one right here, Essential Add-ons for Elementor. Okay, so go ahead and install that, and once that is installed, we're gonna install this one right here, Elements Kit. Okay, Elementor add-ons. Basically this is gonna offer us some extra widgets that we can add to our website that still Elementor offers at a premium price, but we're gonna be using them here for free. Okay, so now let's add Envato elements. Okay, and the Envato elements right here, so click and install that. Then I think we're gonna add one more. Let's call it Live Mesh. So all these plugins that I'm showing you guys basically just add you extra widgets that you cannot get in Elementor for free. Okay, so just click install on this yellow one, and they would be installed. Now for you to confirm that they're installed, you have to come to installed plugins right here, and you see the plugins. Now by default you'd find that there are already some installed plugins by Hostinger. Yeah, for example, these Lightspeed Cache and all that. But let's just check the ones that we have installed. For example, that, these, and these, and these, and these, and we go here to activate and click apply. So it's basically gonna activate all the plugins at once. Okay, yeah. So if this comes up on your screen, just click next, 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 and no thanks. Okay, so now I think everything is looking good. Okay, everything is looking good. So now what we're gonna do, let's take a look at our website right now. Is we're gonna upload a logo on the right, then we're gonna deal with this home, services, team, header first, and once that's done, then we can start building this home page. Okay, so basically our step 2 is done. Then we're gonna customize the colors and the fonts in the header and basically start customizing the website. Okay, so now first things first, let's go and create the menus. Okay, so under appearance you want to hover over it and click on menus. Okay, then the reason why I want to create another menu is that these are not ordered well. Yeah, these are not ordered well. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is come here and type in main menu. Okay, then I'm gonna check this primary menu and I'm gonna hit create menu. Okay, and once that is done, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the view all pages. So I'm gonna check all those and click add to menu, and once they are added, all I have to do is to come and organize them like this. Okay, actually I'm gonna remove this because from our finished website it's a button actually. Yeah, so we can add that later. So I'm gonna hit remove. Okay, and I'm gonna click save. Okay, and once I come here to our website, I'm gonna click refresh, and now they have reordered themselves. Okay, so now while we're at this page, what I'm going to do is to come to customize, because we need to add a logo here and we need to change these fonts into something like this. Okay, so let's hit customize. Okay, and we start making some changes. And right now the first thing I want to do is to add a logo for my website. Okay, so I'm gonna come to site identity. Yeah, then I'm gonna click site logo and logo settings. Okay, then I'm gonna click select logo. I'm gonna click select files, and I'm gonna upload the file that I'll be working with. Okay, so now I'm gonna go here, and this is the logo that I'll be using for this website. Okay, and once it's uploaded, all I have to click is select, and I'm gonna skip cropping, and it's gonna display like that. So I am gonna just remove this site. Okay, maybe I won't remove it at this time. Let me just check that, and let me see. I want to reduce the logo width. Okay, yeah, then I'm gonna remove the site title just for a few moments to see how everything is looking. So I think I can reduce this to something like here. I think it looks better that way. Okay, I think, yeah, 102 should work. So I think that's good. Okay, and yeah, I think everything is looking nice here. Yeah, everything is looking nice here. So what I'm gonna do is to click on this pen icon next to this menu. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag this here to here to the middle, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click this plus icon and I'm gonna create a button. Okay, and this button is gonna have it's gonna be called the contact us button. Okay, it's gonna be the contact us, something like that. Then what I would like to do, I would like to copy this link right here and come paste it right here, because when someone clicks, it's good, they're gonna be redirected to the contact us page. Okay, yeah, and let's maybe open it up in a new tab if you'd like that, but if you don't, then you just turn that off. But I'll just turn it on for this tutorial. Okay, so under design, I want to change the background color to a pink. Okay, so the color I want to use right here, I've copied the color code. It's this pink right here, and yeah, so what I'm going to do is also would like to increase the border radius to something like 20 pixels. Okay, now the border radius does basically add a little curve to the button right here. Okay, now I think you see how different it looks. Okay, and if I'm to try and drag this right here, okay, now it has shifted places, but I wanted it like that. Okay, so I think that looks better. So I'm gonna come to this primary menu, and what I'm gonna do is that I just need to make a few changes to 8. Okay, and first things first, what I want to do is to change the background color, the text color, okay, to something like the pink that we had just pasted it in. But no, let's leave it to black. And what I would like to do on hover, for example, the second round, whatever, is I want the text to turn to pink. Okay, so when someone hovers, then it turns to pink. And then one last thing I would like to do is to change the menu font. Okay, now to do that, just click on this pen icon, then click on inherit, but we'll be using Poppins for this tutorial. Okay, so I've selected Poppins and I want the weight to be slightly heavier, so I would go bold. I think bold is too big. I'll do medium. Medium is okay, but let's do semi-bold. All right, yeah, that is okay for now. And that's how the header is looking. Okay, that's how the header is looking. Meanwhile, I think what we can do, instead of this being black, let's give it a lighter shade of something like that. Okay, I think now it's looking nice. Okay, so the header is looking fine, and all I have to do is to click publish. And once I've published it, and I close this out, Okay, now we have a problem that now this has stayed as blue, but blue is not part of our colors that we're going to be using. So I have to go back and customize that. So I've hit customize, and as it loads up, I want to change something very important. I want to change that color, not not something very important. So let's just click on this pen icon, okay, and go to design, okay, and this circle right here. So let the active be the same shade, okay. So let's just copy this, copy, and let's just paste it right here. All right, so now the active whatever is pink, okay. So let's close this out, and it's fine, okay. So right now that's what we have so far, and the first thing we're going to be now doing is moving on to designing the home page, okay. So if you go over to the dashboard right now, let's close this, and you go to pages, okay. Let's start editing the home page. So all you have to do is to click edit, and once you're here, you're gonna see this button, edit with element, okay, and we're gonna start working, okay. So now once you're here, we can start making some changes to the home page, okay. Now I would like to give you a quick overview of Elementor and how it works. Yeah, so basically you have what we call widgets on the left hand side, okay. Some of these widgets are premium and some of them are free. Yeah, so for example, if you have a paid version of Elementor Pro, then you're going to access some premium widgets for Elementor, okay. Now when you look at all these, we have essential add-ons for Elementor. This is a plugin that we install, so it has all these free they are free in a certain way. Some of these Elementor offers them at a premium. Then you have Elementor Footer Builder. It also has its widgets. Then the Elements Kit also has its widgets that it offers for free. So there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of widgets that these plugins offer, okay. Now let's try to add we'll see how Elementor works. If you're building a website and probably you want to add, for example, 2 columns, yeah, and you come here to widgets, you can start off by adding a heading, okay. So any widget you place right here on your canvas, it's going to have 3 options on the left here. So it's going to have the content, where you can adjust the content. For example, say my name is Enoch, okay, something like that. Then maybe you can attach a link to it. You can center align, so you can basically do some minor customization to the text, and you can say the text to be XXL, the text to be medium, the text to be large, stuff like that. Then for further customization, you have the style tab. Yeah, so once you're here, probably you can change the colors, okay, to something red, something pink, something whatever you'd prefer, okay. Yeah, and you can also change stuff like the typography to something like a different font. You can change the weight of the font to make it bolder or less bolder, things like that. And you also have stuff like the text shadow, where you can increase the blur horizontally, set it vertically, stuff like that. Okay, then you also have some advanced settings, for example increasing the margin, for example on the left, so that will push the text to the right, stuff like that. So all these advanced configurations for the text widget. Okay, now if you want to add, for example, extra widgets, for example you want to add an image, all you have to do is to drag and drop it where you want to add it. Okay, for example, if you're to add, for example, this image of our logo right here, you can add it. And it also have 3 tabs right here: the content, the style, and the advanced settings. So every widget has different settings, and all those 100 widgets that I showed you guys, all of them have different style settings. Okay, so now let's actually proceed by building our website, by building our homepage right here, so that you guys may actually kind of understand where everything is going. Okay, so now the first thing we want to click and add a section that has 2 columns to the left and to the right. Okay, so right now to the right, I'm going to click on this plus icon, and it's going to pull up this widget, right? The side menu right here, and I'm going to drag my image. Okay, and once I'm here, I'm going to click choose image, and I'm going to upload files and select files, the image I want to use. And the image I want to use is right here, and I'm going to click open, and it's going to come up. Okay, and so the next thing I want to add, for example, if I click on this plus icon, is a heading text. Okay, and this one right here, I'm gonna say pairing marketing with stellar content. Okay, now we have our text right here, but we need to customize it. Okay, we need to change the font, we need to change everything to make it more look like this. Okay, right here. So to do that, I'm gonna go to the style, and I'm gonna change the text color to something like this. Okay, then I'm gonna change the typography from Roboto to something like Poppins. Okay, then I'm gonna change the size to something like 40, and the transform attributes, I'm gonna make it capitalized. Okay, so right now it's looking fine, I guess. And what I'm gonna do, because I need it to break at this point, the same way you see pairing is on one lane, marketing is on another, and stellar content is on another. Now to do that, there's only one piece of code that we can add. Okay, so under content, let's just go between pairing and marketing, do a left arrow, type BR. Now BR stands for break, then close the arrow. Okay, now to break it up at width, okay, you want to do a left arrow, still BR, and close out with the right arrow. Let's just redo that again. So the left arrow, BR, then close it out again. So now everything is looking, I think, nice. Okay, but there's just some few customization that I would like to do. For example, when I click on this column, this box right here that says edit column, I want to make the width of this to 40%. I just want this image to kind of be bigger than the text. Okay, so this automatically becomes 60, as you guys can see. Okay, so I think that's looking nice. Then what I want to add is this text right here. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to come right here, and I'm going to drag a text editor just right here, and I'll paste in that text. Okay, So that's how the text is looking. Okay, so I'll go to the style, and maybe what I want to change about this is the font. All right, now if you're building a website with hundreds and hundreds of pages, you can't spend time really going to every widget and changing the text from Roboto to Poppins. Yeah, so one easy way to overcome that is to click on the settings icon right here. Okay, not even the settings, this hamburger menu right here, and you come to site settings. Okay, and once you're here, you're going to change the global fonts. Okay, so the primary, we're going to change it from Roboto to, you guys already know, Poppins. So you'll be doing this for the primary, for the secondary. Okay, and once you're done for the text, you also change it from Roboto to Poppins, and this is gonna save you a lot of time. So everything is gonna turn, even the accent. Yeah, so let's change the accent to Poppins. And did we change the text? Yeah, the text is changed. Okay, so now everything looks fine. Okay, and all you have to do is to go back and, okay, let's save the changes. Now while you're here, you may also want to set global colors. For example, if you come here, I want my primary color to be this pink right here. Okay, so to do that, I'm gonna paste in my color. For example, I think this was the color. Yeah, and for the secondary and the accent, maybe the accent, I can also change that to something like still this pink. Yeah, so for now I'll leave these as these. Okay, then I will save that. Yeah, so one thing maybe I would like to do still is to come to these theme settings, and let me show you in case you missed it. So under theme style, under the typography, okay, I'll still come and change the typography. Okay, but right now, since it's a default, it's basically inheriting from the theme that I set in the global colors. Yeah, but usually you can also change the global themes from here. Then under buttons, yeah, I like to change the default color to something like this primary color, which is pink. Yeah, and the text color to be white. Okay, yeah, so that would be it for changing these sections, and all I have to do is to click update. Okay, now I wanna close this and I continue working on my website. Okay, so we have this and that, and right now I would like to add a button. So I'm gonna search for button right here, and I'm gonna add it right here. Okay, and right now I'm gonna say get started now. Okay, and as you guys can see, there's we had a right arrow, so I'm gonna go to icon library, then I'm gonna search for arrow. Okay, and I'm gonna insert that, and I'm gonna select the icon position to after. Okay, now this is looking fine, but one less configuration I would like to do is to adjust the border radius. So under style, when I scroll down to border radius, I'm just gonna go and give it a border radius of 20 pixels. Okay, so when I click this to make it all go away, I think now our page is looking nice. Okay, so what I would like to do on final customization is to basically add some space for my content. Okay, so I'm gonna click this section and come to the advanced section. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some padding and a margin. Okay, maybe padding will be enough. Okay, for example, if you had, okay, this is wrong, so unlink that. This is important. Yeah, so when they are linked, all the values change at once, but if they are linked, then you can add separate configurations. Okay, so in the top I want 50, and the bottom I also want 50 pixels. Then from the left and right I want 100. Oh, 100. Then also here I want 100. Okay, so I think this looks better. Okay, yeah. Now that section is done, the next section we're going to be creating is this about us section. Okay, and to do that, we're also going to add another section, and it's going to be having 2 columns. Okay, and on the left, when I click this plus icon, I want to add a video. Okay, and for example, if you have, let's say, a YouTube video, you can add it right here. For example, if I'm to go to my channel, and let's just search for Enoch YouTube. Let's see what we can find. I think this is a channel right here. Okay, I just want to copy and sort of get, for example, if I'm to get this copy link address and paste it in here. Okay, and okay, so I've added the link. You can basically configure the start time where you want it to start and all that stuff. You get what you like to do, for example, is to add this light box, image overlay. Yeah, so image overlay is so important. For example, if I click choose and I go and upload one like this, this is the image right here. Okay, and once it's uploaded, I'm gonna click select. Yeah, and the image size is gonna be full, and I'm gonna turn on this light box. So once I turn on this setting, when someone clicks on it, it's gonna open up in a pop-up kind of format. Okay, so I'm gonna close that. Then I'm gonna click on this pencil icon. Still, I wanna make some changes. Let's see. Under style, I want to make the aspect ratio 3:2. Okay, yeah, so I think that's good enough. Okay, so if you had to take a look to the right, we have this text, and this divider right here, and this text and this button. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is to add this text to this website. Okay, now first things first, by now you guys already know that once you click on this plus icon, it pulls up these widgets. So I'm going to add this. Then I say why choose us. Okay, then what do we have next? About us. So I'm basically going to duplicate this, yeah, to say about us. Okay, then what next do we have? We have a divider. I think you guys are seeing how easy this is. Divider. Okay, so drag it over here and about us, and let's just make it really not so long. I think that's enough, and we can adjust its weight. Yeah, we can adjust its weight, so I think that's okay. So once you click on this custom and click on primary, it sets it as a primary color that we set before. Okay, then what do we have here? We have a text box, so I'm gonna copy this. Okay, and click on this menu and add this text editor right here. And all I have to do is to come here on the left and paste it in. Okay, then one easy way to actually add this button right here of our services is to simply copy this. So hit copy, come just maybe under here, under this text widget, and hit paste. Okay, so right now our section is starting to come alive. Okay, so let's start customizing it, okay, to make sure that it looks like this. So now I'm gonna click on Y choosers and I go under typography, and all I have to do is to reduce this size, okay, something like that. Then click on the about us, and what I want to do is to change the text color to something like this. Okay, then I want to drag it up, yeah, closer to Y choosers, as you guys can see. Now to do that, you have to use a negative top margin, something like that, to drag it up, which I think it's okay. So you basically do the same thing. You can either add let's go to this divide and I show you. So you go to advanced, still you can add a negative top margin to move stuff around, okay, something like this. So I think right there it's okay. Then it's the same case that would apply here. So you come to advanced and link the margins, okay, and also drag that out, you get, and it's the same thing that would apply here. You come to advanced and link values and drag the button up. Okay, so everything is looking fine. Okay, if I'm to do this, and everything is looking fine. As you guys can see, this button right here is kinda not well spaced when you take a look. Yeah, so to do that, you guys already know by now that you click on the pen icon, come to advanced and link the values and add the negative top margin. Okay, so I think I'm comfortable with that spacing. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is click on this section right here, and I'm gonna come to vertical line, set this to the middle. You see what happened? So it was already aligned to the top, but now it's aligned to the middle. And one last thing I would like to do is to come to the background and come to the background type, okay, and select gradient. So the first color I want to select is a primary blue color, and the second color is gonna be white. Okay, I think you guys can see what's going on right here. Okay, so this one on the top, I'm gonna increase its lightness to something like this, which I think is okay. And once you scroll down to the shape divider on top and select mountains, then it's gonna look a little bit different. Okay, but still I think I'm liking how it's looking. So maybe what we can do is to increase the the pink shade, or reduce it just a little bit. I think here is fine. All right, so what I would like to do still is to add like some padding to the top and bottom. So to do that, you guys already know, you come to advanced and add, your section must be selected. Okay, so I want to add like 100 pixels to the top, then still 100 pixels to the bottom. Okay, so I think our page is looking nice. Okay, so let's see what we have to develop next. We have this section right here, and this is really easy to create. Okay, It's really easy to create. So to do that, okay, watch this. All you have to do is to add a to section column, and what you have to do is to click on the section, come to the background, under classic, click this color icon and make it black. Okay, you guys can see that. Okay, now it displays as a line because right now there is no content, but let's add some content. Okay, so now we are gonna add this text right here. Okay, and what we're gonna do is to paste it in right here. Okay, so I am gonna drag a text widget and I'm gonna paste in the text that I would like to use, and quickly come to style, change the color from gray to white, and the typography, let's make it 22. I think, yes, 22 is good enough. So I think it's looking nice. And what we can do is to copy this and just paste it right here. And what we are gonna do is to get our text right here, copy it, come here and paste it as plain text. But what we have to do is, for this case, is we have to decrease the font size to something like 15. Okay, so from 22 to 15, something like that. Okay, now we are left with one this divider right here and this testimonial button. Okay, so for us to do that, all we have to do is to come to divider, or alternatively we can copy this, but this has already some styles that we don't want to associate with right now. So let's just search for divider. Okay, so I'm gonna put it right here and I'm gonna reduce. Okay, because now you can see the color, let's just make it white, then increase the weight to something like 2. Okay, so when I do that, it kind of, yes, displays well the way I would like it. Okay, so now one other thing that I would like to do to the right section is to add a button. Okay, to add a button, so I'm gonna add a button right here and I'm gonna say watch testimonial. Okay, testimonial. All right, then on click on the icon library and I'm gonna add the play button. So if you want to add an image or a video to this, then you can basically implement it the same way we did this. Okay, you can embed it right here in the link. For example, if I'm to go back and this is my testimonial video, all I can do is to copy this link address, come here and paste it in. Yeah, so yes, but still I want to make some more changes here. So under style, I am gonna select a border style to solid. Okay, then this color right here, I'm gonna make it transparent. Okay, and the border width, I'm gonna make it 2 pixels. I think should be enough. So if I'm to, that's how it's looking, which I think is okay. Now one last thing I would like to do is to add some padding to the section. Yeah, just to have some space at the bottom and at the left and the right. Okay, so to do that, click on the section, come to advanced, and let's start adding some padding. Okay, so I want 50 to the top and 50 to the bottom. Then I want 150 to the right and 150 to the left. Okay, so basically that's how it's looking, and I'm comfortable with the way it's looking. Okay, so now that is developed, the next section we need to develop is this. Okay, is this. Yeah, and to develop this is really easy. Let's go back to where we are editing from and click on add new. This time around we're going to add just a single section, and under advanced, let's just give it some spacing of like 100 pixels from top to the bottom. So that's what the margin does, just increases space between from the outside of a section or column or an element. Okay, so once you click this plus icon, it's gonna pull up this section, and you're gonna search for filterable gallery. Okay, and you're gonna drop it right here. Okay, so right now it has items to show 6. It's gonna have 3 columns, which is okay. And if I'm to send this away, you guys can already see that it's starting to come together the same way this is looking. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start playing around with these settings. Okay, so now I'm gonna disable this filter. So when you enable it, this comes up, but we don't have it right here. Okay, so I'm gonna disable that. Okay, then I'm gonna go to gallery items. Okay, then I'm gonna start editing them one by one. Okay, so where to start from? Let me see. Let me start with this first one. Okay, so by clicking on it, I'm gonna come and change this to maybe lead generation. Okay, then what I'm gonna do, I'm having trouble scrolling. I'm gonna click on this choose image. I'm gonna choose select files, and I'm gonna upload, I think, all these files. Let me see. Yeah, let me upload all these. And once I uploaded, I'm gonna start filling them in as I've showed you guys. So then maybe I'll select that for the first image. Okay, so when you hover over it, it shows some text description. Sorry about that. Yeah, so you can make the changes to the description right here. And let's move on to item number 2. So item number 2, you can choose another image, for example this right here. Yeah, so you can do the same thing for all the images, and later you come and sort of add the images, I mean the titles, sorry. And let me just finish up. Let's add this, and we have one more to go. Let's add that. Okay, and right now I'm not seeing it so clearly. Okay, let me see what I am missing, because it's not showing in the preview, and even the scroll is giving me the hardest time here. Yeah, but it is all well. it is all well. Let me just maybe update it, and to view it I'll just click this icon, and yeah, they display well. Yeah, so for example, I haven't had the time to change these. I think you guys get the concept and the idea, so you can change that by yourselves, which is okay. Now once we are done with that, then we need to create this field and this field right here. Okay, this form here and this map right here. Okay, so now to do that, first we need to install a plugin that is so important, that is going to enable us create contact forms. Okay, so let's go to plugins, right under appearance, and click add new. Then we want to select Ninja Forms. Okay, so I'm gonna click install now, and let's just activate it. Okay, and once it's activated, what we're gonna do is to come to Ninja Forms, which is right here. Okay, and I'll say not now, so I'll click add new. So basically I want just a simple, contact us form. Yeah, so I'm gonna click that, then it's gonna do its thing. It's gonna import the form, something like this. Okay, yeah, so I'm just gonna click publish, and once it's published, I'm just gonna close this. Okay, so let's just delete this first one that has this ID of 1. So I'm gonna click on settings, then delete. So it's gonna ask me to type delete, which I will gladly do. Okay, so that is done. Okay, so once I'm here, let me just refresh this. Okay, and we add this form right here and the map. Okay, and to do that, first things first, let me do this 2 columns, and we're gonna have the get in touch. So let me see if I can copy some text here. There is nothing that I can use, so we're gonna say get in touch. Get in touch. All right, let me see, maybe you can copy that and duplicate this and just paste that in. Oh god, let's just paste in right here. So under style, basically I want the text color to be something like this, the typography to be really like 300, then the size I think 16 or 12. Let's try 16. 16 is good enough. Okay, so right now we're gonna search for Ninja Forms, and let's just drag that, and we're gonna select this contact me. Okay, so right now it's not showing, but I'm going to show you something. Let's add a map. Okay, then just add it to the right, then hit update. Okay, now to view, you guys already know, you can click on this preview changes. Okay, and when you scroll down, we have our map and we have our contact me page right here. So now we are literally done with creating our home page, but one major thing that we have to do is to see if it's optimized for mobile. Okay, so turn on this, click here on the responsive mode to make it appear and disappear, then come to the phone. Now this is where things get messed up somehow, but let's fix that. Now basically this is the padding that we created that is giving our stuff problems. Okay, so I'm just gonna uncheck this and it'll just fall back in place. Maybe I want everything centered. Okay, for example, if I come to this, I can make it that centered. I can go to style and make that centered. I can click on this button right here and come to content and just make that centered. I think these are okay. And here right now I'm gonna click on this section and just uncheck these. Maybe I'll use a 5. No. Let me just link this. So I'll use maybe 5 pixels on the left and the right and everywhere. So I think everything else is looking fine. So basically our home page is literally done, and let's just click update and start working on the team and the services and the contact us page. But before we hop out of here, one thing I want to do is that I want to save this section right here as a template. I'm going to show you guys how important this is in the next page that we're going to be building. So let's call this contact. Because it's going to be reusable in other sections of our website. Okay, so let's close that. Okay, so now this is our website right here that we've been working on. Okay, and everything looks so good. But we haven't built a footer yet, but we're gonna work on that. But let's first work on the contact us page. Okay, now the contact us page is right here, and all I have to do right now is to click on edit page. Okay, and once you're here, we're gonna click edit with Elementor. Okay, and it's gonna hop you into Elementor. And once you're here, remember on the previous homepage section we saved our template. All you have to do is to come here to this folder icon right here. Okay, and this one right here, click on it. Let me first close it. Click on this folder icon right here, and it's going to open up my templates. And once you're here, just click on insert and click apply, and it's gonna import the template that we are just exported. Okay, so right now that's how it's looking, and all I have to do is to add some, let's say, margins of like 100 pixels to just make it look nice. And once I update that and click preview changes, you guys will see that the contact us page is now looking fine. Okay, and once we are here, let me first close this, and I think I'll close this. Let's go to the team section. Okay, and also click on edit page. And once you're here, you can click with edit with Elementor, and let's have Elementor open up. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys another way how to import like templates that have already been designed into your website. Okay, so right now, so what I'm gonna do is, you see all these yellow circular, all these circular icons, all these are like templates that you can add. So you can click and check out the templates that you can select. But for this tutorial, just for purposes of keeping it short, I'm gonna be using these Elements Kit templates. Okay, so once you click on it, okay, what you're gonna do is hover over under sections, and you're gonna come to this filter right here and click on team. Okay, and you'll find that there are a bunch of templates that you guys can install, whichever you prefer. So maybe you wanna something like this. This is the one we used. You can just click insert. okay, and it will be inserted in your page and you start making changes to it. It's really a fast way that you guys can use to fill your pages with content quickly. Okay, so right now maybe this, you can call it our team, something like that. Okay, so you can come and click on this image, for example, yeah, and change this person, for example, to someone like this lady that we used. Okay, something like that. But I'm gonna undo that, and let's just return it because it's already a square image, so I think it's just okay it being there like that. Okay, so now one thing that maybe you would want to do is to change this hover section to our pink color, not navy blue. And to do that, you have to come to style, okay, under hover, come to background and change this color to something like pink. Okay, so when you hover like this, then it's gonna remain pink. Okay, so all you have to do is to copy this and paste it here. So you just say paste style, not paste but paste style. Okay, and you kind of do the same thing here, because now this is still navy blue. But if you right click here and say paste style, then it's just gonna paste that style to this image right here. Yeah, so you can change all these. Yeah, for example, you can change his name to Harrison, maybe Jake Jackson, something like that. Then you can change his position to maybe he's a doctor, something like that. You can change what they said about you. You can edit the social media profiles, like right here, the LinkedIn and everything. Yeah, so that's basically it for the team page. Okay, and once you to preview the changes in the right hand side, you will see that this is really looking nice. Okay, so let's move on and edit the services page. Okay, so to edit the services page, click on services and come here and click with edit with Elementor. Okay, if you don't see edit with Elementor, basically you can click edit page, then you click edit Elementor. It will still lead you here. So under elements kit, once again, okay, I'm gonna click on it, then I'm gonna go to pricing table. Okay, then I'm gonna pull up something like this. I think this will work. Okay, then I'll just click insert. Okay, let me just maximize this. Sorry about that. Okay, so on hover, I want to get rid of this pinkish, this purplish kind of shade, and I set it to a pink. Okay, so I realize that this is a column background. So under advanced, click on this box here right here that says edit column, and under background, under advanced, okay, hold on, no, let's click on this section right here under advanced, under background. Okay, so I've clicked on a section, I went to advanced, under background, under hover. Let's change the background type to classic and change this to primary. Okay, this primary to that pink. So when someone hovers, then everything should turn whatever. So I'm gonna copy this and paste it right here. You paste the style, and I'm gonna change and I paste the style, and I'm gonna change and I will paste the style. Okay, yeah, So now if I'm to click on this pencil icon again, let's say I want this purple that is remaining on the prices to also change. All I have to do is still click on this pencil icon and come to style, okay, and come to the pricing body and change it to prime. Oh, no, that was a mistake. I have to come to the pricing tag, okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this background type to still classic, and I'm gonna change this to primary. Okay, so I don't know whether you guys noticed that, but to change that you have to come to the pricing tag, okay, and you scroll down where you find this background type. You have to change it to classic and click on this primary color and set it to any color, the color you saved as a primary, or alternatively you can click on this and change it to whatever color, but I would like to have it on primary. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this again and I'll paste this style to the rest of these images, these sections. Okay, so I'll do the same here. Okay, so you guys can make changes to this. For example, when you're at the content level, you can decide to edit, for example, the header. So if you wanna change this, okay, to something like premium, yeah, you can change that. Then, for example, if you wanna change this to standard, okay, you can change that standard. Okay, you can change that. You can change the pricing to maybe like if it's like $2.99, something like that. Yeah, that's up to you. Then the features, you can basically change this description. Then the learn more button, you can also change to where it links. For example, if it's linking to the contact form, okay, if it's linking to the contact form, probably maybe what you can do is to come to the contact us. Let's say you copy this page and you're come to this right here. Sorry, I've deleted it by mistake, but I'm gonna press Control Z to undo, or to go to the history and just come to press edited. Yeah, so let's say I click on this pencil icon and I want this learn more to link somewhere. All I have to do is to come to button and I paste in my link. Okay, so when someone clicks here, they're redirected to the contact us page. So you can do the same thing for all these other pages, which I think is really cool. So let's click update and come here to services, and let's try and refresh that, and that's how it's looking. Okay, but let's change this also. It's not looking neat. So what we can do here, we can maybe call this our services. Okay, yeah. So under style, you can change the separator color to something like pink. Okay, then lastly, on these services we had a testimony. Okay, so I'm gonna go to still back to the elements kit. Under sections, I'm gonna look for testimonial, which is right here. Okay, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna insert something like this. Yeah, so I'm gonna click insert. Okay, and once it's inserted, then probably I'm gonna change this to like testimonial, yeah, something like that. And this is our testimonial right here. As you guys can see, it's through whatever's 3 columns, and you guys can go on playing with these settings, changing the testimonial, for example, the names, their positions like founder, and their reviews, what they actually said. Okay, and once that's done, you're comfortable with everything that you've done, remember to always click update. Okay, so when you refresh, for example, the site that you are working on right now, you see that we're having a testimonial here and everything is looking nice. Okay, so right now the entire website is looking okay. We just have one last thing that we have to do, and that is to create a footer. Okay, so to create a footer, let's just click on this WordPress icon right here. Yeah, so I'm gonna close almost everything on the right, and once we are here, we are going to come to appearance and then come to head and footer builder. This is gonna be really quick, and we're gonna click add new, and let's just skip this. Okay, so now we're gonna call it footer custom. This, the title, we're gonna say in the footer template, it's gonna be footer custom. Okay, and we're gonna select the option of it being the footer. Okay, then set the display on as entire website, then this, set that to all. Okay, so now once you're done, you just have to click publish. All right, and once it's published, then click edit with Elementor. Then we start customizing the footer. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be using a template, still an ready-made template, and import it, then later customize it. Okay, I think the reason why templates are so important, if you're WordPress beginner, they kind of help you visualize things and sort of give you a creative way to think about like design. Yeah, because it's so hard if you begin and you can't like figure out how to start approaching design and all that stuff. Yeah, so that's why templates really come in handy. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to this elements kit that you have always been using, and what we are gonna do, okay, I am going to look and find a footer, which is right here, and all these are footers, but I think the footer I'm looking for is right here. Yeah, so I'm gonna click insert. Okay, and once this footer is inserted, remember that all these, most of these, they are, what can I say, they are even mobile like optimized. Okay, so right now this ain't working. Okay, this ain't working, so I'm just gonna maybe delete this, and I'll just delete the entire section, then I'll add in just my own list. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, maybe I'll just do page list, something like that, and then I just delete this. Okay, then I will replace this with my own logo. Let me see, click upload files. I just want to replace it with this white logo, since I'm gonna change the background to be black. Okay, Yeah, so maybe what I want to do is to keep the width right there, and what I would like to do is to come to this, click on the section, come to style, and the background, let's make this black. Yeah, and under advanced, let's take off this to be 0. Okay, so once we update that and click on view, I think now it's looking better, but I'm going to remove this. Okay, so this right here, I'm going to close it out, and these are not displaying, so I'm going to delete this. I think I also delete this, and what I'm going to do is I'll just add another list. Okay, yeah, let me see, because I'm trying to add a page list, though. Yeah, it's not working, so maybe I would call this home, something like that, but still not displaying. Okay, it's still not displaying, so probably what I would do is to choose a different type of list. So I think some plugins must be conflicting, so I have to find a different way of doing this. Okay, so I'll first close this, then I will delete this, for example, then maybe I'll call this home and change this style to something like I want the text color to be white. Okay, so now if I come to content, and this should lead to link to the home page. So if I type in home, so the home page will just show up. Okay, so if I'm to duplicate this, then maybe we call this services. So under here, I can just type services, and the page will just show up. Okay, so if I'm to duplicate this, and let me say, let's call this team. Okay, and I come here and I call this team. Team will just show up. Okay, so once I click update, then I think this is gonna look nice. So if I'm to go to the home page, for example, we can see now that everything is looking good, and everything is looking flawless and so nice. The footer is looking good, the social icons are okay, the subscription box is working fine. Yeah, so everything design wise is looking good. Okay, maybe if I haven't showed you guys, for example, when you're here, maybe you want to link your social media. Okay, and you click on this pencil icon. All you have to do is to copy your social media links, come and click one by one on the social media icons and paste in your links right here in the link section, so that when a client comes or a visitor comes and want to be redirected to your social media, they can be easily redirected. Okay, so this has been covering some of the surface level design perspectives that you would need as a beginner WordPress developer. So hopefully you learned a lot. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and catch you on the next tutorial. Okay, take care.